Hey guys, it's Alan, the Fireman 1028. It's about 4:15 on a Thursday morning, and we're headed to the gym. This morning, what we're going to do is we're going to test out the headlights on the 2024 Honda Transalp. We're going to take the same route that we took on the KTM 390 Adventure, a little bit of in-town, a little bit of rural riding to get over to our gym, and then we'll take a different route on the way home, pitch black, just to see how the headlight does perform in a stock configuration. So come along with me, let's throw our gloves on, and let's go for a ride. Still love that stock sound. That sounds so good. Been riding the 390 a lot more than I have been the Transalp. All right, so low beam initial impressions. Low beam has it doesn't reach as far, but it has a nice spread to it. It's a cool morning too, so I can definitely appreciate the additional wind protection that the Transalp does provide. The sound is absolutely amazing on this bike. For a stock bike, this is one of the best stock sounds I've ever heard. Coming through downtown Fort Mill here. Again, we're going to turn on to Steel Avenue. It's about 39 degrees, I think. So it's a little chilly. All right, so here's the low beam. There's the high beam there. Again, once we get into a little darker area, we'll really be able to tell. Hello, sir. Low beam, high beam, low beam. It's got decent reach. Definitely cannot wait for the handguards to come in. I actually got a phone call yesterday from Carolina Honda down in Columbia that my handguards had come in, so we're going to go pick those up sometime this week and get those things installed just in time for summer, so we won't need them. So here we go. So there's low beam here. There's high beam. Actually, I think the KTM probably has a better spread and reach. Oh, I love that auto blooper. The KTM has a better spread than the Honda does. KTM doesn't sound as good as a Honda. KTM doesn't move like the Honda either. So there's our high beam there. Low beam, high beam. Really not impressed with the stock headlight. I've already been looking at the 3D cycle parts. They have a plug-and-play system for the for auxiliary lights that mount to the forks that tie in directly to the high beam. Gosh, for a stock bike, this sounds so good. I forgot my key fob. Son of a. Alright guys, so after forgetting the key fob to get into the gym at the house, we're back on the road. It's taken me a bit. We just changed gyms a couple months ago. The one we used to go to right on Main Street here in Fort Mill just had a little keypad. That's all you needed to get in. I've been going there for upwards of a decade. And they just recently closed down. So now we're at another gym that requires a key fob. Coming up Main Street here in Fort Mill. Bike sounds incredible. Old gym's right over there. So now we're at a new gym that requires a key fob. And I never carry a key fob. I did turn the heated grips on the bike. Kind of almost forgot I had those. Which helps out a bunch. Even I couldn't find my good winter gloves, so I'm just wearing a pair of vented climb gloves, and even these are with the grip. The grip heaters is actually nice and warm. No complaints there. The windshield's actually doing a really good job too. We're going to do a highway test with the Transalp. And just kind of see how it does with the wind protection. Let's go back to the high beams there. Okay, I mean high beam's decent, and it's LED, so it's definitely a lot better than an incandescent or a halogen from previous years. But it by itself is still a little lacking. I mean, like I said, it has good reach, and you can see it on these reflective signs, and it's got pretty decent reach, but I still think it's lacking just a little bit. I usually run over here to the gym. It's about just under 3 miles from my house to run to the gym, and my wife comes straight to the gym, and then by the time I get there, she's about done working out, so I just ride home with her. You can see pretty good on those cones there. All right, here we go. We're at the gym, and we'll bring you along for a ride on the ride home. And like I said, we'll take a real dark rural road to give us a good idea as to what it looks like in a real dark environment. So, see you in a bit. Alright guys, so we're leaving the gym. Let's pull over here at our dumpster. We're about 20 feet away, so let's see, there's high beam there, low beam. Let's get nice and straight. So it's got a pretty good reach to it as far as height. Let's take it down a real dark country road and let's see how it performs. This road's all chewed up right now. nice dark road down here. Once this car passes us, we'll throw the high beam on. That's it. There's a high beam right there. Low beam, high beam. Honestly, for an LED, I'm a bit disappointed in that. We will definitely be ordering the auxiliary lights that kick on with the high beams from 3D Cycle Parts. Low beam, high beam. Again, still better than any incandescent ever, but it still leaves a bit to be desired as far as the reach of an LED. The 390 Adventure actually was significantly better than this one, in a much cheaper package, mind you. Low beam is actually not that bad. I think low beam is better than the high beam. Take us right on Hare Road. Again, there's high beam, low. Again, the reach of the low beam's not bad. So we're going to turn down Fairway Drive, aka the curviest road in Fort Mill. Definitely doesn't reach around the corner. It's kind of lacking there. Bumper in the road has gotten a lot of people in trouble, in cars and on motorcycles. I know it's not a direct comparison, but the Again, I've been riding the 390 Adventure a lot more than I have the Transalp for whatever reason, and just the smoothness of the throttle and the fuel application on the Transalp versus the KTM is remarkable. The fueling is so smooth, especially down low, whereas the KTM can be eventful, to say the least. Yeah, that's high beam there, so that's not that's not much to write home about. I'll give the KTM that. The KTM's definitely got a better headlight. But again, I guess this gives us a baseline, so when we get the auxiliary lights and the 3D cycle parts, their auxiliary lights are actually tied into the high beam switch. So they only activate. You don't need a separate switch. So they only activate when you turn on the high beams. So that'll be interesting to see. And then when we get that put up, we'll take some of this footage and we'll put that into that video to give a direct kind of side-by-side comparison on the same route. So, all right, guys. Like I said, that's going to end our little headlight test with the 2024 Honda Transalp 750. This little hill right here can always be a little, where am I going to stop? It's a real steep hill. That's where I take, if I'm teaching somebody how to drive a manual transmission, that's where I take them. It's a stop sign on a steep hill at a busy intersection. So that's a great place to learn. So, like I said, that's going to end our little headlight video here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. God bless. Roll Tide. And remember, tomorrow needs you. See you guys.